The God of justice and love has enabled me to see that to defend the right of the poor to their lives and to their innocence was more important than to compromise and save my title. Tell ourselves, our country, and the President that this is what is good, and it is our duty, every one of us, to fight for what is good.
In the meantime, truth has been tweaked and faked. Popularity has become our North Star. The foul mouth has become the exemplar of good leadership. Impunity has become the new normal. Tens of thousands have been killed in the name of peace and security. Their blood is in our consciences. The rule of law has been weaponized against democratic dissent.
So today, I stand here in the Philippines in the name of the main left political party in France, France Insoumise, to defend with you our common value as a human rights defender.
Dear Senator Lima, I'm sorry I cannot be there in person, but I'm with you in spirit and solidarity to celebrate the resilience of the people of the Philippines. On this journey, you can count on me and many others around the world because your fight is our fight too.
Knowing that we're not alone also calls for us to have really more spaces for international solidarity. Because what we're experiencing in the Philippines is not an isolated case, as what we've seen. It is something that should push us further for broader international solidarity. What we're doing today is not just an international forum. I believe that it is a statement from all of us here that we will not stand down. Together, we will resist.
Society must be strong, and the government cannot or will not protect the people. Society must step up and be strong.
If meaningful access to the operating system is limited to a few, the rest given token access, if at all, how sustainable can that system be?
For myself, I remain defiant. I refuse to be silenced and cowered. I refuse to remain as merely another victim of lawfare. I am not a victim. I am not merely a survivor. I am not just a fighter. I am a defender.
These laws which are turned against us, we will have to fight one case at a time, one indictment at a time, one trial at a time. We will have to fight one wrongly imprisoned person at a time, one Senator Lima at a time.
I do not subscribe to that feeling of hopelessness that I've heard from several people, because to me, resistance is not futile. In fact, it's vital to preserving our democracy.
But we have entered a new era. We are confronting a new phenomenon. What to do when laws, which have served the people for years not perfectly, but somewhat well enough, what to do when these laws appear to be emptied of their original meaning, when they no longer protect, but are used to harm individuals and the society at large.
Public anger, righteous indignation expressed in mobilized and organized manner is still the most lethal antidote to tyranny and abuse.
The law has always been used by those in power to oppress those who want change and reforms is an important insight that we must always remember when we fight for human rights, when we fight for democracy. Those that are in power will always try to use that tool to their advantage for their own ends.
In truth, weaponizing the law victimizes human beings in many ways in different levels. It destroys individual lives. It destroys families. It destroys society. by turning the people against each other through the spread of false information and accusations. It destroys nations by destroying the trust that holds together the social contract between the government and its people. The protector becomes the hunter, the protected becomes their prey, until what is left is the people living in fear and oppression without a voice to defend themselves or advocate for reforms.
We hope that through this first ever international forum, we will begin to learn more about lawfare, its elements, how it is done, but more importantly, how the people of the world, of the different countries, can unite, understand this phenomenon, and start battling it, and winning over it.
My sister continues to be undaunted. She continues to be strong in her passion for fighting for human rights and democracy. And I'm sure she's very much inspired, together with her family, that many are supporting her.
We have to turn to our focus on the institutions, on the people, and on the tripartite system of lawmaking, law enacting, and law protection. It is the fight in many of our societies, and it is our fight internationally.
When the protector becomes the predator, where do you run? Friends, the Lord of justice is with us. Let us not lose heart. Comrades, it is time to put on the battlefield. Today, we claim victory.
And just as law can and has been used to voice inequality and injustice, it can also be used to establish social justice.
When the levers of power are concentrated on a few, justice and the rule of law are not necessarily synonymous.
A total support and solidarity. We want the justice. It's time for justice. It's time for the immediate release of Senator Leila.
Unsustainable, weak, unworkable, prone to abuse. And this is where lawfare is able to thrive.
So whether you're from the right or the left or at the center, what's important is you believe in a certain ideology, which is in our case, freedom and human rights. And you elect leaders na maninindigan kung sa patakaran na yun.
So the goal and purpose of law ultimately is justice and truth. So when we see injustice before us, we are called upon by a moral responsibility to fight back.
Ang Article 6715 at ang 6727 ng Labor Code ay mga halimbawa kung paano ginamit ang batas para supilin ang mga batayang karapatan ng mga manggagawa. Matapos ang amyendang ito, lubusang lumaganap sa buong bansa ang kontraktualisasyon na nagpahirap sa mga manggagawa.
Hindi pa kayo nakakabisita sa Marawi. Sinira na. Hindi ba pwedeng 3 days ultimatum? Mag-uusap muna kami, Mayor. Mag-uusap muna kami, Gobernador.
Dahil kahit saan na mapuntahan natin, mga eskwelahan, mga komunidad, ang mga kabataan ay hindi natatakot na lumaban para sa tama at hindi natatakot na lumaban para sa justisya.
When everyone is in danger of being called a criminal without ever having committed a crime, except the crime of having a voice and using it to speak truth to power, everyone in the end suffers.
Senator Leila de Lima showed a face of integrity, a face of honor, and a true face, a true body of a person elected by her people to defend the people.
Let us make no mistake. This is a fight to preserve human life and dignity. Nothing more and nothing less. Let this forum serve as one decisive step as we fight to claim the power of law as an instrument of justice for the protection of people, not against people.
So on this journey, we are all there, united, in the fight for our societies, national and international, insisting that norms, standards, and values matter and count, demanding that they be protected, not ignored, and fighting back, one weaponization at a time, because we can, because we have to.
That alone proves that lawfare, even in its extreme form, cannot muzzle dissenting voices. You are one great woman, Senator Leila, and we thank you for your service.
Today, I declare myself free, for though I may be physically detained, my mind is freer than it has ever been. My dignity is intact, and my will to fight to protect the freedom and interest of the Filipino people is stronger than ever.
We must remember that each one of us, by doing what we can where we are with what we have, pushing back against this injustice, we can each become the spark that will light the fire that will restore our republic.
If there's one final lesson we can learn from the past, it's this. Walang forever sa panahon niya.
Ladies and gentlemen, in your noble fight for human rights, press freedom, rule of law, and democracy, I am with you. Thank you today.
Democracy is not a spectator sport. We are all participants in this democracy. We must stand up. We must have our voices heard. We must speak out.
So I take this opportunity to declare that up to my very last breath and up to the very last words I utter, I will make everything I do count as a counterattack against the weaponization of law and a defense of democracy, the rule of law, and most of all, the sovereignty and welfare of the Filipino people.